I've just realised that I think like all of the tropes I like are the ones that go super closely with enemies to lovers. I didn't mean for that to happen. Hi, I'm Claudia and I have very strong opinions on fanfic tropes. So much so that I've compiled a short list of some of the most common fanfic tropes and I'm going to rank them. Now we have 5 different tiers to rank these tropes in. S, A, B, C and F. Are these tiers going to be equal? No. For me, most tropes will either go straight into S or straight into F, and there won't be too many in the middle, I don't think. But who knows, by the end of this video I may have proven myself wrong. Also, these are all just going to be what I call specifically tropes. A lot of people probably call AUs tropes as well, but I think I'm going to do another video ranking AUs, so this is all just like non-AU stuff. Obviously, these are just my opinions. They're probably completely different to your opinions. I'm not saying like anyone's opinions are wrong. This is just what I think, okay? Also, I have the list on my iPad down there, so if I keep looking down, that's what I'm looking at. But the first trope on my list is the one bed trope. Now, I love the one bed trope. It's just so good, you know, the forced sharing of a bed. You know, they get to a hotel and, oh, the only room left only has one bed in it, so they have to share. Oh, it's so good. Especially in fanfics where the ships start as like not liking each other, then it is so perfect. Like when they decide, okay, we're gonna have to share a bed, but we'll make like a pillow wall between us so we don't have to touch, and then they wake up in the morning and they're cuddling. Oh my god, it's so good. And then sometimes you get to like a section of a fanfic where there's a one bed trope potentially happening. Like they get somewhere and there's one bed, you think maybe, just maybe, they might sleep in the same bed. But then one of them volunteers to sleep on the floor and you think, oh, now it's not going to happen. But then, for some reason, usually because one of them is having nightmares, they end up in the same bed anyway, and that makes it even better because you think it's not going to happen and then it does. But as much as I love the one bed trope, it is not perfect. Like, as much as I love it, the one bed trope is like a very small portion of a fic. It's like 1-2 chapters, whereas some of the other tropes on this list can like go across the whole fic. And for that reason, I think I just have to put the one bed trope in A rather than S. So it's like a small little moment rather than like an overarching theme, you know? So the one bed trope is going into the A tier. The next one though is one of those kind of overarching themes, and that is the fake dating trope. I love the fake dating trope so much. Oh my god, it's so good. You have 2 characters that usually either hate each other or like barely know each other, and they decide for whatever reason to fake date. And usually this arrangement benefits both of them, like they both have some reason why they want to be fake dating someone. And sometimes that's like really basic in that their parents keep setting them up with people and they just want it to stop. Or sometimes it's really complicated and it's like they're a famous person and every time they're seen with a girl there's dating rumours because they haven't dated anyone in ages, so they just need to date someone to get the tabloids to calm down. That scenario never goes well, by the way, but I still love it. I love a bit of angst. Or sometimes it's like really stupid in that their friends have been like shoving them together for ages because they think they make a really cute couple, but they don't think so they decide to fake date in front of their friends to prove why they wouldn't be a good couple. And then the best thing about the fake dating trope is eventually they're gonna fall in love. Like usually at the start when they start dating, they'll make like a list of ground rules that like determine how they're gonna act around each other. And almost always one of those rules is we're not allowed to fall in love with each other. And then they always break the rule and it's so good. Because then you have one of them falling in love with the other thinking, oh, they don't love me back. All this like romantic stuff they're doing is just because we're fake dating. But then actually the other one is in love with them and you get all this miscommunication and it's so good. I love it so much. I don't think there are any issues with it. No mistakes can be made with the fake dating trope and therefore it goes in the S tier. Next we have forced proximity. Now this trope is kind of vague in that it can encompass quite a lot of different situations. Like it could be, as I've just mentioned, part of a fake dating trope because, you know, they're fake dating so they're forced to be together all the time. Or it could be they're both famous actors on a movie set and they're being forced to be around each other all the time even though they hate each other. Or it could be like their friend groups have sort of merged so all their friends are friends with each other so now they have to hang out together even though they don't like each other. There are a lot of situations with forced proximity and quite a lot of them are like other tropes. So forced proximity usually comes with another trope. And I do love it. I do really love it, but for that reason I can't put it in S just because it's not really like a standalone thing. Like you never usually find it without another one of the tropes on this list. There are more on this list that it very much relates to. And for that reason, I'm just going to put it in A tier because even though I love it, it doesn't like stand on its own without another trope, if that makes sense. And one of those other tropes that goes really well with is the next one, which is enemies to lovers. I love enemies to lovers. I made a whole other YouTube video about how much I love enemies to lovers. I'll link it up here. Just be aware that video is like almost a year old, so it has like bad lighting and bad camera angles, and I didn't really know how to edit yet. So just like ignore certain editing choices. But I do love a good enemies to lovers. It's just so good. To have people hating each other and then falling in love It's just so amazing. I love it so much. If you want to hear my details on it, I'm not going to go through it again in this video, just go watch the other one. In my opinion, there is nothing wrong with the enemies to lovers trope. It can do no wrong. I love it so much, so it's going up in the S tier. Friends to lovers, on the other hand, I like, but not as much. I don't mind friends to lovers. In fact, you get quite a lot with like canon ships, because like in the canon they'll be like friends and then fall in love kind of thing. Like I'm thinking of Buddy here from 911. Like I love Buddy so much, and that is quite obviously a friends to lovers if you do it like as of canon right now. If you go back to like the start of season 2, then maybe you can get away with enemies to lovers, but most of the time it's friends to lovers. Or you can get the like merging of the two with enemies to friends to lovers. I don't mind that either. Oh, and I don't know when I'm gonna post this, but as I'm filming this, the most recent episode of 911 is season 8 episode 16. I am not okay. I am so not okay. Anyway, with friends to lovers, I love it, but not as much as enemies to lovers. That's like top tier. So friends to lovers is gonna go in A, I think. I don't think I'm gonna put enemies to friends to lovers on this list, but just know if it was there, it'd probably go in S, I think, just because I love the enemies aspect of it. Now, my next 3 tropes kind of go together because they all have like a shared theme. So we're gonna call this the marriage trio. First one, marriage of convenience. I don't mind it. Is it my favourite thing in the world? No. Would I search specifically for fics with it? No. But do I enjoy it when I come across it? Yes. I think the reason why I don't like it so much is that both parties are like on board with it. I like a little bit of angst. I like a little bit of them not wanting to actually be married. Like, give me a bit of that. Usually marriages of convenience come between friends as well, which I've already said I prefer enemies to lovers to friends to lovers, so I think that might be where it comes from. So it's going in B, okay? Next in the marriage trio, accidental marriage. This is my favourite kind of marriage trope. I love it so much. Like, give me a fic where the 2 characters get drunk in Vegas and accidentally get married. Oh my god! Like, everyone always says that quote, what is it, like, drunk words are sober thoughts, something like that. And that obviously goes very much hand in hand with an accidental marriage trope. So they're both in love with each other, but they don't think the other one loves them back. So they try and get this divorce process going, but because they both love each other, they keep trying to like stall it out, and then eventually it all comes out that they actually are in love with each other, and then they stay married. Or sometimes they get divorced just to get remarried, and that's even funnier. What's even better is like if they work together, so they work in like the same place, so they have to disclose their marriage to the boss or whatever, and then all their friends find out, and it's like, you got married? I love that so much. Oh, and even like they go to Vegas and they're dating other people, and then they come back married to each other, and then they have to break up with their significant others and tell them why. So good. The only thing with the accidental marriage trope is there tends to be a lot of angst, which can sometimes be a bit too much for me. So for that reason, it's gonna go in A rather than S. I do love it. I love it so much, but it's just gonna go in A rather than S. Then the last one of the marriage trio is arranged marriage. Now this usually goes hand in hand with some kind of like medieval AU, especially if like the canon's set in modern time, you know? And I don't mind it. I don't go looking for it though. I'm not like a massive fan of it. I get where it's coming from though. I get it's kind of cool, and I get it if it's like enemies to lovers and they're forced to be married and be around each other, because then you get like enemies to lovers, arranged marriage and forced proximity like all in one. But it's just not my favourite, and I don't love medieval AUs either. So I think it's going to go in B. Okay, now we're done with the marriage trio, we're going to go on to another trope, and that is the amnesia trope. Now, if you had asked me about this trope like 6 months ago, I would have put it in F tier. However, I have read like a couple really good amnesia fics. There's been a couple 911 fics that I've read where either Buck or Eddie like hits their head, gets knocked unconscious, and wakes up in like a random hospital and doesn't know who they are. It also usually goes alongside with them being like presumed dead by like the rest of the cast, which I know is sore subject right now, but anyway. And I do like those because then you get like the kind of duality of one person regaining their memories away from everyone they love, but at the same time the other one is like trying to find them. I love that so much. And then there's this really good ongoing upset fic which has the amnesia trope, and I love it so much. I think it's called When Your Heart Remembers Mine. I'll put like a screenshot of the title and the author on screen right now. And it's so good because it's also a fix-it fic, and I love a good fix-it fic. It's like a season 10 fix-it fic for any Chicago PD fans out there. And because I love that fic so much, it has dragged the amnesia trope up from the F tier to the C tier. Is that a massive jump? No, but I'm physically incapable of letting it go any higher than C just because of how much I hate it in most fics. I just never really got it. I don't like the fact that they don't know what's going on. It like messes with my head. It makes me feel a bit awkward. And I know like people out there will love it and you're totally free to love it. I just personally don't, so I'm going to put it in the C tier. The next trope I like a bit more though, and that is the blind date trope. Now this one's a bit less common. I haven't seen this one as much, but I've seen it enough to want to put it on this list. Basically, it's when the two characters get set up on a blind date and they go on a blind date together. Or alternatively, they get set up on blind dates with other people but end up on a date with each other somehow. Like one of them gets ditched, the other one tries to run away from a creepy guy, and suddenly, oh, they're on a date together. Now I do like this, but obviously it has the issues of in canon it would never work because these characters very clearly know each other. So there's kind of a lot of canon divergence you have to do in which these characters have never crossed paths before, they don't know each other, they've met for the first time this night. And just because that gets rid of a lot of the history between these characters, it can make it seem like they're acting very out of character, like they shouldn't be talking to each other like that, they should be closer. But I don't mind, you know, sometimes suspending my belief and pretending to forget about the entire canon just so I can read this fic. So the blind dating trope I think is going to go in the B tier. Like it's not something I'd search out, but when I come across it, I do love it. And that's I think what the B tier is for. Because I think every single thing I have put in the B tier so far has been things that I don't search out, but when I see it, I like it. You know what I mean? Next trope is a controversial one. It's the accidental pregnancy trope. Now, I'm splitting this trope into two sections, okay? The first section is accidental pregnancy when it happens in like the middle of a fic. This one I hate. I hate this trope so much. When the accidental pregnancy is happening just to like keep the characters together, hate it. I don't like it. I will stop reading a fic if this happens. Or if the characters are doing like an on again, off again thing and then they find out about the pregnancy and get back together, don't like that. Like when they get back together for the child's sake or whatever, like no, that is toxic. Don't do that. Obviously some writers can write this really well. I'm just saying this is my opinion on this trope. So that version of the accidental pregnancy trope, so when it is like mid-fic, it goes in the F tier. Straight away, I hate it. The only time I don't mind if the accidental pregnancy is mid-fic is if the characters are already happy and it's just there to make them happier. Like, I like that, I don't mind that, I quite enjoy that. However, the accidental pregnancy trope, when it happens like at the start of the fic and is like the overarching theme of a fic, that I love. Like the characters have a one night stand and end up with a baby. Love that so much. When the entire fic is them learning to first of all be like friends and try and co-parent this unborn child together, and then eventually they get back together, that is good. Or if the characters like break up right at the start of the fic and they've had like a really long relationship, but then a couple of weeks later they find out about the pregnancy and they have to try and like get along even though they're exes. Love that. Inevitably they fall back in love, but it takes like a longer time to learn to trust each other again, and I like that. And like the character who's pregnant has to tell the other, and that's always really awkward, and I love it. Or maybe like the character who's pregnant, they live in like a tiny apartment, so then they have to move in with the other one, and now they're cohabiting and also potentially co-parenting, but they're not together and they're barely even friends. Love that so much. So that version of the accidental pregnancy trope where it is over the entire fic, that goes in the A tier because I love it so much. Also, that one gets bonus points if like the canon is that these characters have like a really dangerous job or situation or whatever, and how they find out about the pregnancy is like they get hurt and have to go to the hospital. Love that so much. Okay, and our last trope on this list I have is secret relationship. I love a secret relationship trope. It's so good, especially when the characters like have to keep it a secret to keep their jobs. Oh my god, because usually like all their friends are people they work with and they can't know because then everyone will know at work, so they have to keep it like super secret, and they're lying to their friends and they feel so guilty that they're lying to them, but they have to keep this relationship a secret, and oh my god, it's so good. And usually when like the secret comes out, the boss will go, yeah, I've been predicting this will happen for the past 3 years, please fill out this paperwork, and like the boss has pulled strings so it's okay if they still work together or whatever. It's so cute, and it brings in found family, and I love found family fics so much. Or another take on secret relationship is like one of them's famous, so they have to keep it a secret so like the other's identity doesn't get leaked. Like they're just meeting up in hotel rooms all the time and they're trying to keep the number of people who know like super low. And then one day one of the tabloids gets a photo of like the back of their head and everyone's like, oh my god, it's been leaked. But then no one actually knows who it is, and so it just dies down, and I love that so much. Like it's a little bit of angst, but it's angst with like no consequence, which I love. Especially if like they have to keep the relationship a secret because like the non-famous one has a very public job. I have read a very good Upstead fic where like Jay's famous and Haley's a cop and they just have to date in secret, and I love that fic so much. I'll put like the name and the author on screen right now. And it goes so well with enemies to lovers, because what if they've been enemies for so long that no one thinks they could even get along as friends, but secretly they've been dating this entire time and the whole enemies thing is their cover. I love that so much. Give me more secret relationship fics, please. Even better is when they have like a secret relationship and they think, oh, all our friends must know by now, then we must have given it away at some point, and then they tell them and they're still shook. And then they're like, we've been trying to get you two to realise that you like each other for the past 2 years, and now you're telling me you've been dating for half of that? Oh, it's so good. It's so good. It's so good. I've just realised that I think like all of the tropes I like are the ones that go super closely with enemies to lovers. I didn't mean for that to happen. Anyway, secret relationship goes straight into the S tier. I love it so much. And that's the entire tier list. I'll put it all on screen right now. I don't know what it looks like because I can't remember where I put everything, but you know, because it's on the screen. So as I said at the start, these are obviously my opinions, but I'd love to know your opinions. Feel free to leave them in the comments down below. And if you enjoyed the video, you might want to leave a like on it. I know it's kind of awkward and cringy to ask for it, but please, if you enjoyed the video, I'd really appreciate it if you left a like. Or if you're like a fan of like fanfic videos in general, then like maybe subscribe, because I have a bunch of other ones as well, and I post new ones like all the time, well, as often as I can, but like you might like my other stuff. And the last thing before I finish this video is I need to say thank you so much for 200 subscribers. That is just like a crazy amount to me, because when I started this, I thought I'd be lucky to get like 10. So the fact that there's that many of you here right now, it's insane. So thank you so much for just being here and watching, because I enjoy making these videos so much. So seeing there's like so many people out there who enjoy watching it, it makes me really happy. So thank you. If you want to follow me on any of my other socials, they'll be linked down below. But This Is Claude on Twitter, TikTok and Blue Sky. And also on AO3 if you want to have a little look at my fanfics. So yeah, I've been Claudia. I hope you enjoyed the video and I'll hopefully see you all soon. Bye!